vague to make any recommendations whatsoever. Now, the question of whether they want to put screening and stuff in, that essentially falls outside of our jurisdiction immediately.
I would agree, and I believe that he wants to be a good neighbor and will work that out.
Yeah.
So all legal things aside, I respectfully ask that, obviously we had a lot of people last month and it was what it was, so I respectfully ask as a director that anything that you can do to the homeowners that have been there for 30 years, 40 years, I don't think that you're trying to be the bad neighbor, but I hope that you can find common ground and keep everybody happy, because that's the phone calls that come into us, that a lot of them are civil, that we don't have control of. So ordinance aside, legal attorneys aside, I respectfully ask that please try to adhere to some of the requests to keep everybody happy, which in the end might not make everybody happy, but I think you can make progress with it by just maybe find some common ground. So that will save me and Gloria a lot of phone calls.
Because it's not, if there are problems now, it's no longer with you, it's civil through the courts.
Correct.
That's all right.
So that's why any homeowners that would disagree with you, and you think having 2 meetings up here wasn't fun, wait till you get into the court system. So this is on you to work with the neighbors, with the neighborhood area down there.
So I've got another question then. Should in this instance, the application for variance be withdrawn?
Yes.
Okay. So then we would need for you to request that you wish to withdraw your variance, your application.
At the meeting right now?
On the record.
Yes, get it on the record.
So,
Withdraw
withdraw the variance.
the application.
Okay,
Withdraw variance and special exception,
Yes.
special exception, because you are a legally non-conforming use according to our new code.
Due to the information that was presented.
Yes, correct.
okay, so I respectfully ask to withdraw our application for a special use permit and variance from the zoning board at this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
It's nice to find some history here
Yeah.
and get a little bit of certainty.
So for my question, this research, does this go back into our information? This research has been done on this, obviously, this is probably not the only one, like you said. Who's gonna hold on to this and do we add it to this?
Well, this,
It's public knowledge because it was submitted for a public meeting, so
Yes.
we certainly have a right to put it,
yes,
it wouldn't attach it to specific, I mean, it would be attached specifically to that because it's all per that parcel, but
yeah.
sure, I mean, it can
We
be,
don't wanna lose this
No.
information.
Yeah.
no,
because
and
that's-
we keep a file, we have history books from things, and I started to research it prior to me going into
Yeah.
surgery, but, you know, Jeff said it earlier, you know, back in, I wasn't born when some of these things were going on, I didn't have control of them, and were they done right? I don't wanna go into that too much, but obviously here we are, so.
The question I have is, when I had my mobile home park, RV park, whatever it was, and I see, right through all the things, the homeowners want to talk about how the trailers were parked in there, that's not our jurisdiction either, that's a state thing, right?
Correct. As long as it,
So when they
we
call
can
and say,
control
you're
the
gonna have,
setbacks.
you're got to call the state on these setbacks, it's something we don't have jurisdiction on,
The
but that.
setbacks you can have within your county ordinance if it was a legally conforming, if it was after 1971, when the ordinance came in. Prior to that, that's when it becomes tricky, but I think at the end of the day, if they made any changes, let's say they did have a variance or special exception, now they're bringing it into the current standards of the 71 ordinance, and they have to meet the setbacks.
Yeah, but who's got jurisdiction there? The state with the license,
County.
mobile home park, or the county?
Setbacks are required by the county ordinances, but there's also, of course, the state has their hands in their part of it, through the Department of Homeland Security for fire safety and all that, so it's both. To answer your question, it's both.
Who has final jurisdiction then?
The state's bigger than I am, so I just basically tell them to have it, leave it, you know, but both hands are involved with it, but they're the higher power because it's got people, it's fire safety, it's
And now they would come out, if I put a new mobile home in, I had to make sure I had 15 feet or whatever, they would have to actually come out and measure.
Correct.
The state, next time, if we don't report, measured the new home, come in here, and it's within its jurisdiction.
Yep, they have to meet the state standards first before they get to the county, in today's day and age. If they don't meet the states, then it doesn't happen, so there's a lot thicker bucket for the state requirements than there is for all 92 counties, so, we all know that.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to make any comments concerning the board? No, please come up, state your name.
My name is Joe Norris. If you'll pull the map back up. I own property, adjacent to Bob's property in that lower addition. On the extent, down that hill.
And
You were, pardon me.
what number are you?
12390 West Crest Drive and 12388 West Crest Drive. Sir, you were in the area the other day, over the weekend, and you seen the steep hill?
Yes.
Back in July, August timeframe, one of our neighbors had an emergency, and Monticello Fire Department answered the call. The ambulance was able to get down the hill only because there wasn't any other vehicles down there, any other neighbors. The fire truck stayed on top of the hill, they couldn't get down. Here in the near future, I plan on living in that